Calibration. Before we can learn about calibration, we first need to look at pesticides and their application rates. Just like medicine, you need to apply a specific amount of pesticide for it to be effective. Apply too little and your target pest or weed will not die properly, thus leading to poor control. Apply too much and it can lead to wastage or damage to non-target plants. All pesticide labels, including herbicides, insecticides and fungicides, can indicate two types of rates. The first rate is a mixture, being a ratio of product and water used to spray the target plant surface to the point of runoff. This is normally used when you spray larger and uneven sized plants like trees. This, however, is not calibration. The second rate, and more common application rate, indicates how much product must be applied to a certain amount of water to treat an exact area. Most applications, including structural pests, lawn applications and weed control on flat surfaces, will use this application rate. So how big is a hectare exactly? A hectare is a rugby field sized area. How big is 100 square meters? 10 meters by 10 meters or 5 meters by 20 meters. If we spray for crawling pests, it can even be 0.5 meters by 200 meters. Theoretically, if we had spray equipment that can apply 5 liters of pesticide evenly over this area, we wouldn't need water. But standard spray equipment cannot apply at these low rates. Therefore, products must be mixed with water in order to bulk it up and make it easier to apply. The amount of product per area, for example 50 milliliters of product per 100 square meters, is therefore the most important part and not the product-water mixture. Most application rates will therefore indicate the product, water and area ratio. The challenge is, after mixing the 50 milliliters of product with 4 liters of water, how are you going to know before the application that you will cover the exact area, for example 100 square meters in one go? There are 3 factors that will have an influence on how much mixture you will apply to a certain area: the flow rate of your nozzle, your spray width, and your walking speed. Walking speed. If you walk too fast, there will be product left after covering the area, leading to underdosing. If you walk too slow, the mixture will be finished before covering the entire area, leading to overdosing. Practice an average walking speed of 80 centimeters per second using a measuring rope with knots every 80 centimeters. The operator gives a step per second on each knot in the rope. The flow rate of your nozzle. If the flow rate is too high, your mixture will be finished before covering the entire area, leading to over-application. And if the flow rate is too low, there will be mixture left after covering the entire area, leading to underdosing. Spray width. If you hold the nozzle too high, you will cover a much wider area and therefore diluting the product, leading to underdosing. If you hold the nozzle too close to the surface, you concentrate the mixture and therefore over-apply. So what is calibration? Calibration is the action to control these 3 factors: walking speed, spray width and flow rate, in order to ensure that you will apply the exact application rate specified on the product label. Step 1. Choose the correct product, spray equipment and nozzle for the task. Step 2. Make notes of all the variables. Application rate, according to the product label. Nozzle flow rate. Spray into a measuring jug and determine the flow rate per minute. Spray width. Decide what the ideal spray width for the nozzle is. Walking speed. Determine what your average walking speed is, how many meters you cover per minute. The average walking speed is 80 centimeters per second, which gives you approximately 48 meters per minute. Step 3. Complete Formula 1 to determine the delivery rates, i.e. how much water will be sprayed out onto an area. Let's use a product called Super Lawn Weeder as an example. Our nozzle flow rate is 1.92 liters per minute. Our walking speed, as we determined, is 80 centimeters per second, thus 48 meters per minute. Our nozzle spray width we determined was 1 meter. Our mixing container capacity is 20 liters. and the label rate per hectare is 7 liters per hectare. Let's draw up our table. Area sprayed per minute. We fill in our spray width, which is 1 meter. Our distance per minute, which we determined was 48 meters. And if we multiply the 1 meter with the 48 meters, we get 48 square meters. And that will be our area sprayed per minute. The next table is delivery per hectare. According to the product label, we must mix 400 liters of water with the 7 liters of herbicide in order to cover a hectare. So our delivery per hectare must be 400 liters. Step 4. Complete Formula 2 to determine the mixture. How much product to mix into a certain amount of water. Next, we'll draw up a table of how much product per tank. We know our tank capacity is 20 liters and our delivery per hectare is 400 liters per hectare. We know according to the label that the product rate per hectare is 7 liters, and if we divide that, it comes down to 350 milliliters of product per 20 liters. Step 5. Mix and apply the product according to the calibration. Any deviation from the 3 calibration factors will lead to over or under dosing. An easy check afterwards to determine if you followed the calibration accurately is if the mixture is emptied exactly when the 100 square meters are covered. A good tip when working in teams is to implement a single calibration that everyone can follow. Tall and short people must adapt to follow this calibration. Poor calibration is the single most important factor that can lead to poor control. If calibration is done properly, it only needs to be done once. Thereafter, you can easily change to other products using the same calibration. Thank you for watching.